Miss Antoinette. This has been a long time coming. Okay, let's roll it on back so I can explain. After turning 30, which was in 2017, so last year, I was like, okay, listen, girl, you need to take 5 minutes out of your life to do something with your face before you walk out of the house. Not that there's anything wrong with not wearing makeup. I've done that for like most of my life because I played sports and I'm always super active, and I don't own a car. I do everything, like I either walk or I ride my bicycle. So even though I'm not like doing sports, I'm still doing sports, if you know what I mean. And so it was just a horrible experience trying to integrate makeup into like an active, busy sort of lifestyle, especially when my skin is extremely oily. Like, it's an oil slick. I can wash my face 5 minutes later, if I haven't applied it, if I haven't done anything to it, it's gonna look like I either smeared some grease or like an extremely oily moisturizer on my face. That's just the way that it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. And then I'm extremely picky. I'm extremely demanding, but I just don't want to put the time and effort. I don't want to walk around with Instagram makeup. I understand there are like a billion ways to deal with oily skin. I get it, but I didn't want to like layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. That takes me like 3 hours to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I know how to do like full-on glam makeup. It takes me an hour, but I didn't want to spend an hour every single day. And that's not the sort of thing that you can do in, like, you're going to be riding a bicycle to the grocery store to buy potatoes. Like, it's a little too extra, which is fine if that's what you're going for. But I was not, like, I didn't want to go from not wearing any makeup to being full glam all the time. And then let's say I miss a day and people look at me like, oh my God, are you sick? Did something happen to you? And then for me to be like, no, just haven't had an hour to put on my face today. So all of that out of the way, I did have a lot of demands for whatever was going to go on my face. I'm extremely oily. My skin tone has changed. I talked about this in my makeup decluttering video where after going vegan, my undertone went yellow. So now everything yellow, golden, warm looks good on me. And everything that I knew before that was like neutrals and like cool colors, and I had a ton of silver jewelry, nothing looks good on me anymore. Like, the same clothes don't look good on me. So it was like I had to change everything. And I wanted obviously something that was vegan and cruelty free, and something that could be a 5-minute thing or a 3-hour thing. So it could, like, I could use it as foundation, as concealer, as everything. So it took me a really long time, probably like 6 months before deciding on what to buy. I did a ton of research into a bunch of foundations, and I was willing to spend any amount of money. I was like, I don't care what it costs. Like, I just want to be able to walk out of the house and for people to just say like, that girl must have like had a good night's sleep. Like, that's all I wanted to achieve. And I finally found it. The Bare Minerals Matte Foundation, SPF 15, and I am in Golden Fair 04. It took me a while to decide what color I was, but this one, I feel like it matches me perfectly. Now, previous to this product, I had never found anything that would last on my face for more than a couple of hours without me having to, like, you know, do major touch-ups, as in almost redo my entire makeup. And this one really works. Not just for, like, you know, a photo shoot or for a video, but like in real life, riding a bicycle, grocery shop, like just doing a bunch of, like, walking princess on a trail, like doing all of these active things and still having makeup on my face. And, you know, getting to the end of the day, like 10, 12 hours later, and still looking sort of okay. You saw what I did. I tapped a little bit of foundation into the cap, and then using a fluffy kabuki style brush. This is a Sigma dupe. I mean, you can use anything. Bare Minerals do have their own brushes, but the ones that were available to me, because I can only order it online, were the goat hair ones, and I wanted cruelty free and vegan, so I didn't, and plus I had brushes already, so I was like pointless. So I fill up my brush, tap it off a little bit, but like nothing comes out really, so I just did this, tap it off, and then I start working. And you do have to layer it on, and it does take a little bit more time to work it into your skin, because the powder goes from powder to cream the more you buff it into your skin. So if you just like dust it on, it's just like a powder, but if you like work it into your skin, then you can build the coverage. So that's one application. The product is almost completely gone off of my brush. I don't know what sort of like magic this is, but I swear, like, you pick a spot that you feel like you need more coverage, you just keep buffing, and like everything blends together. So honestly, for like walking the dog, this would be sufficient. However, I want a little bit more today. So I'm gonna go in again, and this is basically like applying your foundation. So tap more into the cap, not a lot, just like a tiny little bit. And then load up my brush yet again, tap, and go in. So that's literally 2 layers, and I feel like it's enough, it's more than enough coverage that I personally need all over. Now I'm gonna go in, do the same, like use the same product using this, and I'm using a smaller brush. It's kind of like still like a kabuki style, but like more of a stipply type of brush, and use more product, but just in the areas that I need it. So I didn't apply concealer or spot treatment or anything. So tap a little bit more into the cap, fill up the brush, and then literally just do spot treatment. So I'll get you closer in. So for instance, my under eye area, I just place it and I start swirling. Obviously, be gentle around your eyes. So that's the difference between where I applied it and where I didn't. I feel like it already did a great job, but I'm going to take some more product on the brush and give it another swirl. Honestly, this is the point where I wish I had the rest of their products, like the, what is it, the Well Rested, like the under eye brightener thing. But I just wanted to try out one thing, like just one. I didn't want to spend my money on all of their products, and then maybe I wouldn't have been, like, in case I wouldn't have been happy with it for whatever reason, I didn't want to spend a ton of money. And also, it's not like I can go to a store and purchase this. I have to order it online, and then there's no returning it if I don't like it. So I'm just stuck with it. But I'm convinced, you guys, after having this experience with this foundation, I'm like, that's it. I'm buying everything except the concealer. I honestly don't think I need the concealer. because this one works great. So I just want the under eye brightener. I want the bronzer that they have, warmth, and a blush. I do want everything. So I want a blush and a highlighter. I wouldn't mind getting the mineral veil that they have, the powder, because I do set this foundation, like, because I buff it in so much and because my skin is oily and I want this to be on my skin all day, and I don't do touch-ups, like I don't have time for it. I'm not walking around with like blotting paper and like extra powder and whatever. So I don't do anything to this. So I want this to last all day. So I do set it. So I feel like I will be investing in this company, into their product, not into the company. That'd be fantastic. Can you imagine if I had that much money that I could invest into a company? Not that they need it. So that's it. Under eyes, right? Now I still have some breakouts that I want to take care of. So a little less product. So now I'm just taking what is left in the cap, not even tapping anything. And then simply picking a spot like this one. Circular motions and it's gone. It's magic, I'm telling you. Now I always want a little bit more around my nose because that's where I have redness. So if I would have more of their products right now, I would continue with those. Unfortunately, this is the only thing that I've gotten from Bare Minerals so far is their foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead and use whatever else powder stuff that I have around to finish my makeup and set it. And I'll show you all of it, but just a little bit because it's not important really. And then I'll show you the finished result. Where I set it with powder. I'm using the Stay Matte by Rimmel, and it's just so that I don't have to touch up. This is where I would love to use more Bare Minerals products, honestly. So set it with the mineral veil that they have instead of this, but this is what I still have on hand and I want to finish it, meaning I don't want to waste product. And I also kind of just blend everything together during this step. Last couple of touches and we're done. so that's it. That's the final look. I just zhuzhed it up a little bit and I used a ton of setting spray because I always do, like even if I would just be walking the dog or doing anything. Although I am going to go buy potatoes right now. So it's going to be very fun with false eyelashes at the supermarket. But I just figured, you know what, I'll take it that extra distance, extra mile for you guys to see that something that I could, like, without adding all of this, I could have just walked out of the house, like without adding blush, without bronzer, any of that, and it would have looked fine. I just would have looked rested, adding a little bit to it, and I feel like I could go out like this. Maybe actually purchase an eyeliner so that I can totally forget about that. Put some eyeliner under those false lashes so that you can't see up close that they're not your lashes. But I mean, if you're going for something short like me today, then it kind of sort of looks normal. Just extra glam. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video useful. I do love my Bare Minerals. You're gonna see more of it coming and incorporated in my makeup. By the way, since the last video where I decluttered, I got rid of like 90% of the stuff. I will do an updated video, but like right now I don't really have anything to show you. Just a picture that, but much less. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.